Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with my review of Gekiatsu Dai-Oh from Shuriken Sentai Ninninger. So this is the last mecha of Ninninger, as far as we know, unless they do a total surprise, but it's the last, mecha. I just said that. Let's just repeat myself. But anyway, just before we get started, just so you know, there is a combination of this with Lion Ha-Oh, but I do not have that yet. I always hold off on those in the recent years for money reasons. So when I do have a review for that, you will see the combination for this and Shuriken in that. So that's why it's not in there. Although I'm sure I'll still get comments that says, "Why didn't you do that?" That's what you sound like. Anyway, enough about that. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Taking a very quick look at the box, which will probably knock over these guys, but pretty typical fare. You got a picture of the mecha there showing that it can shoot out those little missiles and stuff like that. I'm just going to kind of slide these dudes out of the way. On the top, there's actually a pretty cool shot of all the ninjas and Chozetsu Ninja there with their Zords. And then on the side here, it shows you which Zords belong to who, and then it shows you the combined mode like these usually do. On the side here, that again, see, it shows you it combines. There it is. That's what it looks like. So it does combine with that. And then on the back, typical stuff. What gets to get yet again, it just starts mumbling at you. No, it shows you, who belongs to what and how it combines, and that it can work with other things in the line. Which reminds me, I want to get the thing out of the sword right now. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty typical box stuff. We're gonna go ahead and get it out of the way so that it's not in the way. Makes sense, right? So this is a pretty unique mecha, to say the least, design-wise and concept and everything. So you actually have 6 Zords here, which is the first really unique thing about it, which is actually kind of cool, is that this is the first time that a main mecha has actually been comprised of like this, all 6 Rangers. I mean, we've had stuff where the 6 Rangers, mecha will combine later and stuff like that for like a powered up Zord, but this is the first time one of the main Zords actually includes the 6 Rangers, which is right here as if it was part of the main formation, which is pretty neat. So yeah, let's just go ahead and take a very quick look at them. They're all very simple. Since I'm holding his, let's go ahead and show it. As I just said 3 seconds ago, they're very simple. Like this one, in terms of actually transforming it and stuff, you don't even really have to do anything but snap it on. And I believe some of these I forget. I apologize. I watched the show, but it's like I forget so much about it because it's so boring. But it's like a carp or something. But yeah, it's kind of looks like a motorcycle to me. But yeah, they're very simple. They're very oddly designed. Something you'll notice about them is they all have their shapes on them, which many people have, likened to Power Rangers Zeo, which is a fair comparison, although it's a bit different. Here is Momo Ninjas, yes, pink, which is a panda, which is like, it looks like a panda go-kart with a circular helipad, and this does spin, but you got her shape on there. Is it Ha-Oh Ninja? Momo Ninja? No, Ha-Oh Ninja is blue. Man, for real. But yeah, so it's also very, very simple. It really doesn't do anything except it can roll and stuff like that. And then you have Aka Ninjas here, which is basically like the Ho-Oh bird, which it looks like a bird with a knight's helmet on because you have his symbol right here. Also very simple. All over the place you have this sort of semi-clear orange plastic to sort of represent flames. You can move his wings a little bit because of the transformation, so that's kind of a thing. But also, like I said, these are all very simplistic. I believe this is White Tiger for Shiro Ninja here. So pretty much just like pandas, it's just kind of this solid piece, except this doesn't spin or anything. And then you got Blues, which I believe is also based off of a dragon like his normal one, which, see, this one I think even looks more like a motorcycle because of like that, and because it's probably a motorcycle. But like this one sells it like way more. And you got his symbol there. And they're all, it's funny with their symbols is because they're all like stretched because of the formation of it. I actually really dig his head sculpt though. I think it looks pretty badass there. Alright, and then lastly here, we have the Tortoise, which is yellows, which I guess is a sort of upgrade from his dump truck, which is pretty much just a block. You got your tortoise face there. He's got the most like kibbles and bits, because like, you have the thing sticking out here, and you can sort of see these are going to be legs and stuff like that. I don't know, it's easier to tell where he comes from. And then I already got the missiles in here. You get 7 of them, or 8 of them. You get 1 for each color and then 2 extra red ones, but they all go in there and that'll be a feature. Okay. So let's go ahead and transform this. It's very, very simple to transform. Let's see, what should I start with? I guess I'll start with the legs. Let's do that. The legs are very simple. You basically are just going to press this little button here, or I guess pull it because it's more like a lever, and then that goes up to be the leg. And then you do the same thing when you want to put it back down. Just FYI. I'll set red aside here for a second. Same thing here, it's got a little lever, just pull it up, you got legs. I'm going to pan up a little bit. This one also super easy. Just pull these down, flip these around, and then you just snap them in the leg. Boom. Alright. And then the easiest part is easily the arms, but you seriously just snap them on. You don't need to do anything. Boom. And then on the back here, what you're going to want to do is make sure this is pulled out, because then for Condor, you're going to need to latch him on there. Now here's the Shuriken, which I'll take off after I do the transformation to show that it works in the sword, but it really doesn't do anything different except, well, it works in the sword. But as you can see, it's going to be the helmet. It has noises on its own when you press the button. Sorry, I had it weirdly cycled. Alright, that's where we started. So it cycles through all the noises of, or the names rather, of the individual Zords, and then it obviously says Ottoman and Shuriken. So, I'm going to put this up here, fold that down. That particular face is going to be for the other combo. So for this, it's pretty simple. Just fold its wings, and then fold its head down, and then you can latch. These just kind of latch right on the side. It doesn't seem very secure, but it's kind of secure-ish. It kind of holds it on there. And then make sure that it's kind of convoluted here. I actually kind of just want to do this. I'm just going to put this on top first. And then you'll let you hear the noises and then do that, so everything's not just falling all over the place. Alright, that's just way easier than trying to get everything to line up at the same time. So yeah, these line up over here, and then there's a little peg hole here so it'll actually stay on there for you. And there you have Gekiatsu Dai-Oh all together. It's definitely an odd looking mecha. It's got for sure mixed responses amongst the fandom. To be honest, I actually kind of dig it. As per usual, I think that the in-show suit does look better than the toy, but in terms of the design, there's just something about it. It's certainly kind of odd, and maybe not the most elegantly planned of all time. It is kind of messy and just kind of odd looking, and you know, like I said at the beginning, people have compared the shapes and stuff to Zeo or O-Ranger, which is like a fair comparison, but that was obviously done a lot more elegantly because they had robot modes and they sort of fit into their shapes before they became a Megazord, and stuff like that. And these are just kind of shapes snapped onto it. Some of the Zords are odd. His knees bend, in case you were wondering, and his helmet falls off. But yeah, they were just kind of slapped on there, and the Zords are kind of odd looking on their own, and they come together to make this sort of odd thing. You don't even have to transform the arms, which it's like a plus and a minus at the same time. Like, it seems so simplistic. Like, you barely have to do anything to transform it. But at the same time, sometimes it's kind of nice to have an easier transformation. But yeah, I think the toy looks okay. I think what kind of kills it for me, not completely kills it, but none of the orange looks fantastic, but I think that the slightly clear orange here looks better. And then you have the solid orange here, which I think looks kind of tacky. So I think it could be better. But in terms of just the suit, like the design itself, I actually kind of dig it. I definitely think it's odd. It doesn't make my favorite of all time, but I do kind of dig it. I think the toy is just kind of alright. I think it transforms pretty fun and easily, and it's not a terrible mecha by any standards, but it's just kind of definitely an odd one. It's definitely something that you either like or hate, but the toy I don't think is the best representation of all time. Just to quickly show you, which is not going to do anything different, but you can obviously put it in the morpher here. And it'll just do whatever one I have it logged into. So yeah, it can work with that. That's pretty much just like a needless thing to show at this point. So let's go ahead and put it back on there. It'll make the noises again. Alright, one last quick thing to show is obviously I mentioned the missiles here. There's a little knob back here if you didn't see it, and if you just turn it, it will shoot the missiles out. Boom. 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 Which is kind of neat. It's not really like, you know, amazing, mind-blowing, awesome effects, but still it does like it does in the show, because it shoots actually the Rangers out, and it's kind of a neat thing, and the mechanism works well. It's all good. I really don't care what order I'm putting these in, but they all fit there. Easy to store, the main ones. So neat. So overall, this I would say is just a very solid mecha. This isn't like an amazing thing that will blow you away, and I'm like, you have to get it. But if you like it and you're wanting to get all the ninja mecha, it does what it's supposed to. It's pretty easy to transform. It does have some fun little features, and you can combine it with Lion-How if you have it. Like I said, I'll show that when I get the review. But yeah, overall, definitely an odd mecha, but a solid one. But anyway, that's about it. Until next time, make sure to check out the Crazy Podcast at writersrangersrambles.com. And of course, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, Dawson Ryder, signing out.